Okay, and again. Oh, it's gonna be good to have that thing going. It was a problem. Welcome back, OpenHours. Finishing my watered down soda. Okay, we've got a familiar face in the lineup today. No, not me. I'm talking about this. Alright, check it out, everybody. Kindle Fire HDX 7 returns. This is going to be a simple one today. That camera looks so bad, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to swap it out for my... It's a Hero 3. Hero 3 white. I have a Hero 4 silver. Significantly better. Even with it zoomed out, it looks horrible. So, let's go to right. We got the auto zoom, autofocus. Alright, so we need to put the charging port, which sits on the back cover of this, in. So, let's go ahead and do that with our remaining time for today. This is a Kindle Fire HDX 7-inch. It's an older one, I believe. I actually never even saw one of these till this one was worked on. This is the one that we did, there was a broken pin for the battery, where the battery connected the motherboard. On the motherboard was a broken pin, and what was the other problem? I can't remember. Oh, not charging, and that fixed the charging. We got it to charge. We charged it with the RC charger. So right now I have to get this trim plate off. We are going to need a small torque screwdriver. When I know the size, I will let you know. But first, I'm not going to use the heat gun on this. If you do use a heat gun, use a low temperature. I don't feel like getting my soldering and hot air station out, and our hot air gun is not really adjustable, it just kind of has low and high. So I'm going to use our Eden Pure heater that's set to, you don't need much to get it off, set to whatever temp. Give me a moment. So we just heat this up, I don't know, probably, what are we at, 79 degrees on this thing, and then I'm going to promptly turn it down. I'm going to say about 10, maybe 15 seconds, and it should loosen up our adhesive enough. Alright. 65 sounds good. Alright, let's... Oh, perfect, yes. That heat is loosening that right up. And it actually even loosened up our speaker little mesh for the speaker. We'll stick that back down onto the Torx. It's a small one too. So this is a T. They're gonna make me read. This is a T4 is what will work to get these pink screws out, and then I don't believe we have much more past that. So get your T4, remove all 6 screws. It's Friday, wrapping up the week. Podcast coming up Sunday. See, when I talk about that, I refer more to the live stream. Not the live stream, the audio version of it. The live stream is just a live stream, but it is essentially the same show. I want to have different platforms because people enjoy different types of media. Okay, we need something to get in here. Once we get in there, then we can start that was almost too simple. Is it really? Is it Friday? Alright, so if you have one of these, put it in the edge with the headphone port right about dead center, and you can pop it out over one of the thicker tabs and then one of the real wide tabs and one of the smaller tabs. That will let you start getting the back off. We may need to go back to this tool again. Any plastic tools that I ever use always seem to, they just don't hold up, and I always break them off in this, but we did get it open one time, I think, with plastic. Let's go along the top edge. There's not many tabs along the edge where you take the plastic trim plate that covers the speakers and your Torx screws off. There's not many there, so you can kind of get it off easy there. And then we'll try this other edge here. I was thinking for a moment there was more adhesive or more screws, but no, I don't believe so. We're just at the part at the corner where it is a nightmare getting this part out. What's it? There we go, peeling the screen protector. We're going to hold the top out and attempt there we go. We're breaking glass. Well, that happens. That's why you don't use metal on glass. So, wow. My fault. Now we gotta fix this thing. But we're gonna replace the USB port while it's here. When you don't follow your own, what you've learned, that's what can happen. So, plastic, and try and get in a hurry. Also, the other reason that I like doing things live versus edited, if it was edited, I could just not release it and get the screen, and then it never happened. But live, you kind of have to own what happens, whether it's good or bad. So definitely not good that I didn't follow what I usually do and use plastic on glass, but because you're not going to say that you're not going to break glass with plastic, but you will. You can. You're able to. Let's turn this thing off. It did turn back on. Come on, power button. There we go. Power off. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Editing is a lot more work though, overall, but I like the live aspect of everything. We should just rip it off there now. It's broken, but we're going to try and preserve the integrity of it. And not damage it further. So we're basically, man, this thing's getting a rebuild. 2 trips here, and it's getting essentially what's the equivalent of a full rebuild. And if anybody remembers, this is kind of a charity thing, so how many more tabs do I got? Like 1 or 2 on this corner here. So we've got 2 ends out and 2 one side. Aha, 1 and 2. I think we got 1 more tab here, and then we should be able to just slide it out this way. Come on, adhesive, let go. That's what's keeping it in there, is the adhesive backing. Okay, got that loose. Let's go ahead and get this corner, and it should be got it. Okay. Too bad that couldn't have happened before I got the metal out. Battery is disconnected. We're gonna put this to the side. And then there's our little ribbon cable that we need to install. It looks like it has some adhesive here. Is that adhesive or just tape holding it down? We've got a couple screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And what is that part? Do they have something soldered to that? No. Just Capcom tape covering it. So we're going to have to move. The new part does not have it on. I'll show you a close-up of this, if I can. On the old part, there's a piece of Capcom tape covering this little resistor, capacitor, whatever it is. And then you've got boy, I hope I don't have to move any of those parts over. That's going to be a nightmare. If so. Well, if I do, I'll move them over. Just a couple surface mount devices. And if you can see, where you can see these contact points, there is, it looks like a little MOSFET or some type of IC chip. I don't know what they're all called. I just know they're there. And if they're not there on the other one, I don't know if it's going to work the same. It is a slightly different revision. Let's look, PCB 03, revision 4, but a different part number here. So did they do something different? I do not know. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and try and get some heat here to release that. Before we do that, let's get our Phillips out. And they are small ones. No, I lied. Torx, not Phillips. Is our T4 going to work again? Also a good lesson, I think, for as many, if you do repair this stuff or fix it, as many times as you get into working on something and then maybe you get in a hurry, or maybe you just ignore things that you already know. That's how, like, stuff happens in an instant. So, a very good lesson, not done on purpose. I mean, yes, I did use metal on glass, but I was not trying to break it. Virtually no force, but it did crack. So, now we got to do that one too. Alright, we're going to go and get the heat out on this. What is that? 1 and 2. I don't think that is going to come up easily. We need heat on it to release it. Yep. So, let's get some heat back on. To avoid melting anything, we're going with the heater again. Ooh. There we go. Where's that? Oh, okay, so that holds. Oh, Okay, so that's not just some dumb assembly, that is the power button. So the power button is there, the on-off. That actually holds that in place. Let's find out where. Like, that makes sense, but I'm not sure that's right, so we will check further into that when we get there. Alright, let's hop over to the LCD. While that heater is heating up, we need to take a look quick. LCD. Okay, so $20. RepairsUniverse.com. Amazon, do you not sell your own part? Alright, what's coming in with it? We need to look at the actual part. Camera is in the right spot, and the proximity ambient light sensor. The main thing is that, oh yeah, that was those nightmare cables right here. One of the ones that I had to plug in. Yes, I see. That one kind of flips over, lays down, and then flips over backwards and plugs in right next. I think it folds back this way. It could be a completely different cable if I'm mistaken, but yeah, we got to get one of these in ASAP. Not for 6060 though, especially not from Prime, and it'll be here sometime in May. So no, we're not going to go that route. Oh wait, 20, 21, 59, 49, 22. We're going to go to my favorite people, E-Trade Supply, and see what they have them for. They have a Hong Kong warehouse and a US warehouse. HDX7. That's my guy. That one's missing a display. Alright, we're going to have to shop around on that. Let's get this ribbon done for the day. Give me heat. Okay. With a little bit of heat, it does peel up substantially easier. Alright, what's the matter? Do they not have adhesive backing on this? Okay, so we've got, there's another thing. We've got glue there. We're going to have to put a piece of, we use LCD tape, it's pretty thin. But we also have a copper pad here that I don't believe we want touching anything, so we're going to have to move this piece over. What are these people thinking, not giving us everything on one ribbon? Let's let that cool down and attempt to get it with our tweezers. Does this have to be done? I don't know. I didn't even look it up. I know I'm replacing a ribbon cable, so we're going to make one look like the other. And that means taking this junk and moving it over to the other one, if possible. Which I don't think it is. What is this? I need to look at this. Is it conductive? That's what I want to know. If not conductive, we're using LCD tape. It looks like something to insulate this metal part on the pad. There's nothing really to touch other than to ground it. If it needs grounded, and it does, what's the word I'm looking for? Is conductive, has continuity from the tape to the metal part, then we need to get some of that stuff. So this short, sweet video just turned into oh, what a mess. You can't win them all, and hopefully you can't lose them all. I think I got more losses than wins though, so I'm going to stick with that record. Okay, so we're going to hook up our GUI tape here with our multimeter lead, and then we're going to touch that let's hold that down first. Okay, so there's no actual continuity going on when I touch the ribbon, or touch down on this copper part and then touch this tape. So we're going to use LCD tape across here where there's a piece, and then we're going to use the same thing on that. It almost looks conductive. It really does, but I don't think so. Fairly sure it's not. Not according to a multimeter anyhow. Alright, let's do it. Where is it? There it is. We do have alignment tabs. Okay, let's do that a slightly different direction. We have coverage. We're good there. We do need one more piece. Let me check the size of it. It is similarly as wide, but it's cut out. Time is it? 4:16. Running it down to the wire. Where does the other one go? Across the whole bottom curve thing and up as high as it goes. So like that. And that. Okay, what can we cut on to keep it on frame? We're cutting on wood, people. If doing it this way, this method, what I would do is at the edge of your ribbon cable. That's what's charging your device. Alright, let's get our tweezers and try and remove our cut pieces. It is not going to be spot on perfect. but definitely trimmed up. Better than just a wild rectangle hanging out in space. Let's get our goo off of here first. Oh, before we do that, unstick it. I say we figure out our power button situation. I'm gonna say no, 100% wrong. If I had to guess, that goes up. And that would go right there. Okay, got it. Alright, let's stick the new ribbon cable in. Get out of the way, multimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest are there. Nope, we're winding it down. So the no metal on glass unless you're being extremely careful, which is, it usually always breaks the glass for me. I had to learn that I think 3 times in a row and this was years ago, and now a 4th or 5th time. It's been a few times that I've done it. I had a Samsung Galaxy S3 and I had to order 3 screens back to back to back because I kept prying with metal, and it wasn't the whole screen, I was replacing the outer glass on it. So yeah, what fun. Alright, that appears to go over or under is the question. Over or under. We know where that one goes. That's the one I'm not sure about. Release. Release. Alright, that seems like it's in. Now we just have this other nightmare to worry about, which it gets tucked up in as well. Power button, go back where you go. What's up, Frank?
You always tell when he comes in, can't you?
Frankie, how you doing, buddy? Huh? So guess what I did?
Oh, boy. What did you do?
This charity thing that I'm putting time into, I'm still on the air too. But I disobeyed one of the...
Hello, how are you?
Hi. Good.
Good.
Kevin said you could probably look at my computer.
Sure.
I don't have it with me. It's a Dell and it's about 10 years old. And it worked well up until about 6 months ago, and then it started just going wacky on me. I may have got a virus, I don't know. It's telling me that it has a bad drive. It's not that I can't fire it up, I just can't get into it. Okay, so just bring the tower out. You tomorrow or Monday? Monday. At what time do you open?
Okay.
Okay, I'll drop it off then.
All right.
Now I have an external hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Should I bring that too? Because I'd like to, if there's anything, if there's 2 files in there, you can extract them.
Mm-hmm.
Should I bring that out then?
Yeah.
Okay, will do.
All right.
appreciate it. Thank
All right.
you.
See you now.
Well, that was a nice conversation.
What was one?
Very quick.
I knew there was a school or something. It was pretty hot back then.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so yeah, doing the show, which I'm still doing currently. I ignored one of the don't pry on glass with metal.
Did you ignore that?
Yeah, I have. But I was just telling a story. I did it. I had a Samsung Galaxy S3 like years ago, and I was trying to do a glass replacement where you got to keep heating it up hot, but if you get too hot, it's going to turn your LCD screen yellow because it'll temper the glass. And I was peeling the outer glass off without breaking the LCD screen, and I kept prying on the glass with metal and kept cracking. Or no, that's when I was trying to take the screen out, so I had to order more screens. I just kept prying with metal, and finally, the third one showed up in the mail, and I put all the metal tools away. Maybe I wasn't.
Take them off of you.
Or was that Maddie's? I don't know, because he had one and I got one. I don't know, that's too many years ago. What are we on, a Galaxy 10?
Thought we remember what we had for dinner.
Yeah, I don't remember dinner. It's on what, the Galaxy S10? No? Okay, so this isn't fitting in there, neither are you. What's your story? Let's pull that out. I see what the deal is. We need a little bit of a squeeze on that top. And we're gonna bend steel? Probably not.
For the old helper out yesterday or last night.
Was they?
Yeah. Thought down to see a buddy of mine, man. They were like coming out of the woodwork.
All right, boys and girls, we got it to line up. Sadly, so we gotta order one of them in. Do you want me to order that, or do you want to do it?
What is it?
It's just a.
Oh, that screen you need.
Yeah.
But you broke it.
It's not. It still works.
Remember back there and there you used that metal the other? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I know.
Store, yeah.
How dare I use metal? No, I'll order it. I got it. What's it called? Yeah. I was so desperate to get my phone working again. I'm trying to think how I kept breaking, what I kept breaking. Oh, the outer glass. Yeah, it was the outer glass, and I didn't get it to stick right. I had that, what was that, optical clear adhesive or whatever? And it was, dude, it was just a nightmare, and I kept trying to unstick it and prying and crack, so I had to keep waiting. No phone. I was back on an old flip phone.
Some dents. And still didn't break.
Oh, is that your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Those are some dents, dude. That's one of them Chinese phones.
Good out one too.
One of them Chinese phones that spies on you.
Yeah, right.
No, for real, that is the company.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I really don't even care, to be honest.
If you believe the internet.
Oh, yeah. It's all true.
The intranet and the Googles. Okay, so it's a sad, sad day up in here. I've got. Yeah, I know, man. I can't believe. I was like, I'm just gonna. I started with metal, and I'm like, oh, well, that worked. And I got it out, more of it out with metal, just opening it up. And I'm like, I was like, plastic usually breaks. I'm gonna use this metal this one last time, and snap. I mean, that's how I remember it happening anyways.
That's supposed to be how it happens.
What's that?
It's supposed to be how it happens.
Yeah, allegedly. So, anyhow, what time is it? I'm losing time here. 4:28. Alright, so right now, because the new one, let's see if it comes with it. I don't think it does. No, we've got very much of our Capcom tape and our little metal foam backing piece for the ribbon cable, which is going to be probably not much fun doing that, but needs done. If not them, then us, right? Alright, let's go heat this thing up to remove the Alright, let's hope that's enough to get that off of there. We need a little more heat to finish pulling that off there, people. Give me a second here. It's burning my fingers.
Okay.
Cracking that, crack glass daily. I wish.
Okay. Well, I'll hang here then. You're welcome, buddy. I'll see you soon. Bye.
He's coming up to get his computer. Actually, that's just the foam coming off. That's not the adhesive. But guess what? Here's still. Alright, let's cut a thin piece of this counter. Frank, he's on the prowl for treats, man. The mighty treat hunter. Was you escaping, Frank? He was going for the gate, wasn't he? Alright, let's stick our foam on to our ribbon cable. And call it good. We're going to go ahead and reassemble this thing and await further parts. There we go. Let's put this crap away. How much of this stuff do I need for reassembly? Not much, right? It's time to pick the tools up. And we're gonna get out of here and go to the day job. One, Give me that bone. Give me that bone, Frank. I like it when it's food and you say that to him and he, what's that? His what? Oh yeah, it's like his tail. But I like it whenever you say that to him and he's got something, he just takes off and hides. Give me that, Frank. Give me that bone. Alright. The multimeter is away. Multimeter. Is it multimeter or multimeter? Could you say either and be correct?
It's up to you, man.
Frank, it's not playtime. I can't play, buddy. I got glass to break over here. Alright. I mean, it's not horrible bad and it's not great. Kind of disappointing, but hey.
What are you doing, Hooch? Get in here.
Dude, he's gonna go for a walk.
Get in there. Sit down.
What, a dog can't just go for a walk these days? Huh?
This one.
Why not, man?
Because this one's half nuts. You went for a walk the other night, didn't you, dude? Everybody wanted to fucking chase him around. He didn't fucking find him. Dude. I got something cool, Hooch. Where's your bone?
Come on, man. What's a dog to do in a small town? Alright, let's go ahead. Kick that to the side, make sure we're snapped. We're going to seal it down there and there. And see if this nightmare charges. See, look at that. We've got a boo-boo. We've got a boo-boo. What? What? You don't believe me? I'll pull the band-aid off and show you this boo-boo. So, yeah. Actually, we'll leave the trim plate, those screws out. We're going to make sure this thing indeed does charge for our purposes today. That was the purpose of that, but now it's going to be what, Monday? Hey, at least shove this thing back. Like I said, it's going to be rebuilt, overhauled. Let's check the charging capability and the wiggle on that port and see. Oh wow. That, oh man, that fits nice. Okay. And it's turning on me. Okay, so there we go. Charge port fixed. Very little to no wiggle room. This old one was nightmarishly bad. That had a bunch up and down and side to side. It still worked, but you had to have it set in a certain way and then put a little bit of weight on the cord to have it make contact. This way, it works great. Alright, get a screen ordered for Monday? When will that come if we ordered today or tomorrow? Monday, Tuesday?
Latest Tuesday, probably.
Okay. And no, it's not affecting touch yet. It will, so we're going to go ahead and put this off to the side for now. Find something to put the screws in. That being said, it is time for me to clean up and get out of here. Heading up to the day job at night. What are all you? Anything important? You look like you could be, but probably not. Thanks, Kitty, for holding those. Alright, you fellas, you have a good weekend. Frank, are you ordering anything tonight? Huh? What's that? to be concluded again. Alright people, that is it for today. So, we repaired something while breaking something. I don't know though, I was telling everybody here, I think that's I like editing videos, but if I was making a video on that and editing it, I could just wait, finish the video when the screen got here, and nobody'd ever see the broken screen. But when it's live, it's live. You gotta own it. It's your mess, you gotta own it. And that's a good reminder again in life. Don't use glass or metal on glass. Anyhow, have a good weekend. If you like this content, think about subscribing, giving it a like. If you are subscribed, turn your notification bell on. You hear people saying this all over YouTube. You will be notified whenever I do go live, I think, or upload a video. Something, nothing, all the above, I don't know. Anyhow, it's time to pack up and go. Have a good weekend, and I will see everyone when? Sunday? Sunday? When's the podcast? Sunday. Yes. Alright. Let's roll through them. Everything working. Everything's working. Get off there, glove. Alright. See you Sunday. Have a good